were twins, you know.
Same.
Like, oh my god, no, they don't look a lot alike.
Yeah.
But
it took me ages to figure out who's who. I think it's only when they became solo that I realised.
But you know what? It's like I find it really annoying, especially with the black community, when we see a young lady from young, like how we saw Chloe and Halle singing or whatever, and then they become into their womanhood and now they're more expressive of themselves. It's almost like, oh my god, do you know what I mean? Like she's now a hoe or where it's just like, let the girl express her creativity. Do you know what I mean?
And if that's a sexual one, people are just like, she's forcing. I'm just like, how do you know her? Do you know her personally?
Do you know what I mean?
And even if you feel like she is forcing it, that's the journey that she's on right now. And if you know, if she decides that this isn't her in the next 2 years or whenever, then that's completely up to her. I think we should allow her to have agency over whatever she wants to do. I personally love her new song. It's called Body Do. Guys, go stream it. It makes me laugh because she literally starts off the song with, do you ever wonder who else is fucking your man?
Your man, yeah, so that.
And I said,
love it. I agree. Like when she said that, she gives me such Beyonce vibe. I feel like
the song is very Beyonce. To me. It's very Renaissance. Beyonce's her mentor, but is that song not Renaissance? So could it not be a Renaissance?
I haven't heard the song.
Oh, you should.
But you know what? I was rewatching, quick tangent, but related to what you're saying. I was watching the Fighting Temptations. Obviously, that had Beyonce, Cuba Gooding Jr. Chloe Bailey was in that film.
Yeah, she was.
Wait,
Yeah, everyone knows that.
No, I didn't know that. I need to rewatch it. I haven't watched it in years.
But maybe, I think because I'm a stan, so I know that.
Oh, okay. I understand. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, watching it back then, when last time I watched it, I didn't even know who Chloe was.
Right, exactly.
Her and her sister have been acting for a minute, so it's like you see all of this stuff, like this world is not new to them. They've been doing it from when they were children, then they started singing.
Oh, I thought it was just the music.
Yeah.
Because I know Chloe is in Grown-ish as well, and apparently I heard that that's even.
Oh, they both
yeah. Because somebody was like, "Oh, if you guys think Chloe's sex in his arms is bad, you guys need to watch Grown Up-ish or something like that."
Grown-ish, yeah.
Grown-ish.
But do you know, at the end of the day, I do feel like the set clip that we saw did what it needs to do. It got people talking, and people eventually watched it. I think I've seen a lot of like good reviews about Swarm.
The show's an interesting one. If you're
it's so interesting.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I'm gonna because they're atting you people. Yeah, that's what it's about over there.
I'm not crazy.
Over there.
It's about you, not over there. The beehive over there.
I feel like I think being a stan from the age of when you're like a kid to up till like I would say when you're in university, I feel like that's normal. Anything after that, I mean, I'm not saying it's not normal to not to be a stan after that, but I just feel like the obsessive behaviour
but that's I think
fighting
that's
people online
is though in my
scary.
Mind, when I see someone calling themselves a stan, I see it as the obsessive.
Right.
No, I mean when I call myself a stan, I just really like the creativity.
If I say stan, it's
I
more
really
like,
why can't you be like huge fan?
No, stan. Because stan allows you to know that they're passionate. I feel like stan allows you to know that they're passionate. I don't call myself a stan of like anyone else. I call myself a stan of Beyonce because I genuinely stan like. Girls used to think I was a lesbian in school because I loved her that much. Obviously, they're dumb.
Beyonce's taught me about life. Like,
but I was up. I really was up Beyonce's bum. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, since I was like, since No No No, their first song ever came out. Like, I've actually. Am I still a big of a fan? As not as much, but that's because I've got a bunch of other shit going on in my life, and I feel like that's the difference between when you're young and you're stan. You don't have that. You're not paying bills.
Like, that's true.
That's why they say that Beyonce's. That's why they're saying that Beyonce fans like the stands are not as crazy as they used to be. And it's like, child, we millennials, we got bills to pay.
Well, I don't know.
We got depression going on. Like,
yeah.
Have you seen the Renaissance tickets? They're expensive, please.
But you still bought them.
But I still bought them. I did. So no, I'm definitely. I don't just call myself a stan of anyone. But again, going back to Chloe. My quick hot take on that is leave that girl alone to have the career that she wants. Right. Allow her to explore sex in the artistry, how she wants. You know, it's not for us to compare her to her sister. They weren't born, you know, and even if they were born together, they would still deserve their own different identities as well. Like, I have a sister as well, and I couldn't imagine anyone comparing us together because we're both great at what we do in our fields and whatnot. But I do feel like you know, a lot of people are saying that, oh, you know, you guys are becoming the aunties that you guys, and it kind of is true. Like, you know, if you're comparing someone to their sister, like, did you think that they were going to be stuck by the hip and do the exact same thing? I personally love Chloe. I've been rooting for her. I'm just, you know me, guys, anyway. I root for anyone who's black. So if you're a young black and doing your thing, I'm a root for you.